Hey, RMP faithful, this is Over Easy Stevie, and I would like to thank you for listening to RMP Radio, where pro wrestling is elevated.
Young generations out here wishing for good. My generation's on the front lines wishing they would give it a rest. Don't test, you'll be severed for good. Don't get ahead of me. You never survive, and I'm not gonna lose. We've come a pretty long way. There's so much I could say. It's never really gone away. I feel it in my bones. It's like a bright light through it all.
RMP Radio is back on the air. Hi, I am your host, Mr. Fourth Row, and joining me on this edition, I've got somebody you guys all know if you've tuned into the shows on the Twitch and everything. I've got Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox, how are you doing?
You are the first person to invite me on the show. I was supposed to be on another podcast before you, but I'm so happy to be on your program.
Yeah, and we've got a fantastic thing to talk about here on this episode of RMP Radio, and it's something that Rocky Mountain Pro has done in the past. They've always liked to give back to the community, but we've got something huge happening, and why don't you tell the listeners that what we've got going on with Headlocks with Heart?
Yeah, well, first, thank you so much for letting me be on the show. The community at Rocky Mountain Pro has been so awesome since I've been invited to join all of you. If you don't know, for the listeners, they do know, obviously, that Rocky Mountain Pro is also a school, right? So I got introduced to Rocky Mountain Pro through the Al Snow training, and of course, at my age, I kind of found my place in the commentating and not in the ring. Those guys are incredible, and I give kudos to all of those guys in the ring because that is some hard work. So Headlocks with Heart. This is a charity that I figured we should start. We just joined the Inglewood community not too long ago, and I thought a great way to start introducing us to the community would be to create a fabulous, simple charity to help those families that are in need. Headlocks with Heart. So basically, with our strength, we will spread cheer, love, kindness, and hopefully bring awareness to those families that are in most need in the Inglewood community.
Right. Yeah, and so currently Rocky Mountain Pro with the Headlocks with Heart has now got the first partner, I guess you would call it.
First supporter, I would say,
okay.
Or partner. I don't know what the word. I mean, partner is so strong in some ways, and a lot of people are willing to support us. And definitely the first two would be, for myself, would be Rocky Mountain Pro and Cafe 180. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know where Cafe 180 is, it's in downtown Inglewood. And this is a beautiful nonprofit which folks can go in and pay any denomination for their lunch. It's not a soup kitchen. It is a true cafe that either will help those who are in need to feed them. Also, they have opportunities to employ them and give them other public services, needed for, just to live, right? So it's beyond just a cafe that feeds those that are in need. It's for those that want to support our community. You can go in and get lunch there anytime you want and pay any denomination that you're willing to give. So it's a really cool cafe, and they're happy enough to let us put a toy drive box in the cafe itself, and folks in the community can go donate toys today, and we'll be giving those toys away during Christmas.
Awesome. And along with the toy drive that is happening along with Cafe 180, I believe the superstars, the personalities,
oh my God,
the Rocky Mountain Pro is going to be doing something even special.
I can't believe it. A lot of these guys, yes, they look scary in the ring, but they have hearts of gold, and they're willing to really help the community. And a lot of them are donating their time. Next Thursday, I think it would be the 9th of December at lunchtime, you can go in and see the Stars of Rocky Mountain Pro provide a fabulous lunch to everyone in the community. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. So people, if they're in the area, you want to get lunch, definitely support Cafe 180.
Yeah.
Where's Cafe 180 located? Do you have the address?
I'd love to. You can always. It's such an easy thing to remember. Cafe 180.
Yeah.
It is right on South Broadway. Basically, I think. Gosh, I would say it's like, South Broadway. I really wish I had that address on hand.
So maybe if we
As
just,
I should.
Yeah. So maybe if we just do maybe a quick Google search, maybe 3315 South Broadway in Inglewood.
Oh, you're faster than me. Yes, there it is. There it is. Yes, you can't miss it. It is right there on South Broadway, right across the street from the post office, right in the same plaza as a King Supers. You can get a supercut as well in that plaza. So it's a fantastic place. Full bellies, full hearts. That's what they're all about.
Yeah. And so people, if you want to get information, cafe180.org is their website as well. So along with this, we're not going to stop just with the holiday season with Headlocks Hearts. What else do we envision for the?
I see Headlocks with Heart is really there to be like the big brother to a lot of young kids in the community. A lot of families are struggling because of COVID, and a lot of parents have to work 2 or 3 jobs, leaving these children at home, either to be put in front of television sets or in like community centers. Mm-hmm. And my real big idea for this is to really inspire a lot of these kids and show that being physical and all the things that we do in wrestling is really just an exciting way to inspire to be great people, right? That's the idea. So all year round, I would like to be able to donate our time. So that means if some of our superstars can go to schools and teach physical education, or do some game days at the schools. If there's an opportunity for us to raise money to give bicycles to children, or raise money to maybe put some of these kids into some other community programs. That's the idea, and I want to be able to create merchandise to support our causes and basically really find a way to give back to those that are in need. And these young kids are our future. And if we want to change our community, we really have to start with our children. Right. And I feel like we can do this every single day. And they support us, right? I mean, they come to our shows. They're so passionate about what we do. And for some of those kids that come to our shows, this is probably the only thing that they've ever gone to see, because we don't charge a lot for our shows. And a lot of our shows, now that we're in the Inglewood community, we have the opportunity to be family friendly. We're not just playing in bars or, in places 21 plus. We really have the opportunity to get these kids into our shows and really inspire them to be better and stronger, community members. And that's kind of the goal, is really just to help out all year round. If it's bicycles, or like I said, backpacks for school, or funding after school programs. The idea is that this is great for the community, and also, we are raising superstars in pro wrestling, right? We're training these young kids that are in their 20s right now to be the superstars of the future in the world of pro wrestling. And one of the criteria for a lot of these organizations as they grow into them is to be able to give back to their community and being that figure. And it's beyond just knowing how to body slam somebody, but it's also to being that really inspiring hero that all of us need. And a lot of these organizations are looking for some of these superstars that have those that bit of credibility behind them beyond just being fantastic in the ring. So I think it's really great for the superstars that are coming up at Rocky Mountain Pro to really kind of embrace this, inspire to do more in their community. And I definitely believe that this will help them achieve their goals in the future of pro wrestling. So I feel like there's like a double awesomeness to this. It's not just helping out children, but it's also ways to make us personally better as well, and teach these young wrestlers how to be better human beings as well.
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of my inspiration for a lot of this, because again, we are a school as well. We are training these young wrestlers, and it's more than just being fantastic in the ring. It's having that ability to be great human beings, and that's what a lot of these organizations look for, not just awesome wrestlers. Because we all find out in this industry that there's a lot of great wrestlers that have such bad attitudes
Mhm.
that they were fired, and you don't understand why. And you realize that the ones that are sticking around some of these organizations and they're not really performing as much in the ring, it's just that they're great ambassadors for the brand. And we're trying to cultivate some of that same thing in our organization as well. So it's really twofold, as you would say. It's helping the community, but also helping our students be better athletes.
Yeah, yeah, and speaking of that twofold, just kind of helping build character in both ways, if you could
Yeah,
call it that,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of these guys were like, "Hey, man, I'm such a heel. How am I supposed to do this? Because I have such a big heart,
Yeah.
but I also want to make sure that I'm that great, that heel. How can I do this?" And some of our teachers are going, "You could still be awesome, an awesome human being, and a great heel at the same time." Bobby the Brain Heenan was great at that. There was a few other guys that were so great at that in the past, where they were able to do these charity organizations, but at the same time still hold, their character strong, right? There might have been jerks, but there were jerks that were helping their community, right?
Yeah.
and and so there is ways to do it. There is still ways to hold, to keep it up and help your community. So it's really great to see these young guys and gals coming up going, so am I supposed to be ghoulish? And I'm like, yeah, you can still be ghoulish, but you can but you still be you. You and ghoulish are the same person if that's who you are. It's really nice to see these young kids coming up in the industry and really finding themselves. And if I can just inspire them to be also great human beings, that I've done my job. Then I know that maybe my organization that I've started, the small Headlocks with Heart, was great, but maybe that'll inspire them when they go on to being these great superstars, that it might inspire them to do these fantastic world charities that could really change lives, millions of lives. So
Right.
if that can happen, then I feel like I've done my job, and and that makes me feel great at the end of the day.
Yeah. So we've talked about how Headlocks with Heart is started. What's the reason behind it? We talked about the future, but we ought to talk about the present. What do we got going on with Headlocks with Heart that the
Okay.
listeners could be excited
Yes.
about?
Yes, starting tomorrow. This is Friday. Starting, I think, what's that? The third? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, December 3rd. Anyone that donates first $100 will get 2 tickets to our new show, Ignition. Right? That will be starting in January. That's a Tuesday show, and they'll get free tickets to that show. 2 tickets if you donate $100. Now I'm gonna have some more fantastic, if you donate 500, 600, but if you donate $1,000 currently, I will be personally putting you on my spot on the pre-show for Charged, and we'll be doing an interview about you, and why you donated. And maybe this could be a great way for some small businesses to get the word out on who they are, or if there's someone that wants to just live out their dreams of being a commentator for a quick minute. Here it is. Here's your chance, and it only costs $1,000. So if you have money to give and the opportunity, and if this is something for you, then you could just head over to our GoFundMe and donate today, and we'll be happy to have you on the show. And if there's multiple people that are willing to donate $1,000, hell, we'll have you on the next 5 shows. I don't care. That's fantastic. That really hits the goal. And the idea is to hit $5,000. And it's been a slow start, but that's okay. I don't expect right away to get the full $5,000. If we hit even $300, I know that means I've fed at least 4 or 5 families during the holiday season, and that's awesome. And I appreciate anyone that's willing to donate.
Yeah. And so these the funds with the GoFundMe and the donations and things like that, those are being turned into just right around
gift
feeding?
cards. So
Okay.
they're being turned into King Super's gift card, $50 gift cards. And my goal is to feed these families that are designated homeless families. And basically, there's a organization that is in Inglewood that kind of houses some of these homeless families. They don't give them their own apartment, but they give them a place to stay. And believe it or not, there's a lot of kids that go to school every day that don't have their own bed.
Right.
They don't sleep in their own home. They actually bounce from home to home to home. So this organization, and I'm sorry if I forget the name of it, but it's an Inglewood community center that basically houses some of these folks for 2 or 3 nights at a time. And Christmas is so special for children, and I just want to be able to have the opportunity to give them at least $50 and maybe a couple of toys to bring in the Christmas spirit. It's food is just crazy, and a lot of these people are homeless, right? So it's so difficult to because they have no place to cook.
Right.
That's another issue, right? So I mean, a $50 gift card will definitely get you some hot food, because we know every grocery store now has hot food ready to go, so you can go in there and grab that. And I just think it's the right thing to do. Where we'll be donating this, it'll probably be on about the 23rd or 24th. As we get closer, we'll find out what the date and time is to donate, and if there's people willing to come and help support on that day, I'll be giving away all these great gift cards. I'll be definitely informing them through our social channels as well. So just keep up to date by sticking by going on our Rocky Mountain Pro social channels. I'm putting out videos basically every single day right now, showing the process. And if people don't think I'll be donating the money, I'll be literally showing you that I'll be going to the grocery store and buying these gift cards and handing them out. You'll be seeing what you've contributed when it happens. So you'll see those smiling faces. You're just not donating $50 blind. You'll see that video of that family receiving that $50 gift cards, and that will be fantastic as well.
Yeah. So they'll be able to, like you said, if they want to find that GoFund link, it'll be on the Rocky Mountain Pro social channels. The the Twitter.
Oh my! It's
Facebook,
actually on the website. It's at the bottom.
Okay.
I put it right on the website, rmpwrestling.com. I put it right at the bottom. You can select it right from there and donate today. I'm really proud of the folks that donated so far. I mean, all right, you want to hit it? I'm going to hit it right in those, and I'm going to put a few people to shame. If you're going to Starbucks every single day, you can donate $10 or $15 to this, and skip going to Starbucks. Go to the grocery store tomorrow. Go buy yourself a $10 bag of coffee, and spend the rest of that $30 that you're going to be spending this week on some family. That's all you need to do. A lot of folks say, I was going to donate, or I am going to donate. I just don't have the funds, but yet they're holding these energy drinks in their hands, or they're buying that martini on a Friday night still, or going to the movies. Really, it does take sacrifice. I understand that. And if it means that you can go without coffee for one day just so a family can have a little food on their plate, man, it's so worth it. And so everyone almost has the ability to donate $2 or $3. It's just that, are they willing to give up those things that that we hold so sacred in our lives, like our morning cup of coffee or our nightly cocktail? And I think most of us say yes, we can. So I do ask all of you to sacrifice that cup of coffee, sacrifice that additional movie ticket or going out for dinner one night, and just donate to a family that's in need. It really means a lot to them. $10 is a lot of money to some people. And it really, if you can only give $2, I was thanking somebody that gave us $5. That $5, I almost felt like it was worth more than the $50, because that person only had $5 and they're willing to give it to us. So that's so incredible to see. We'll take any denomination, and don't be ashamed if you can only give $2 or $3. I expect you to give me $5, Art.
Okay, I think I can definitely do that. That's not
Oh,
a problem.
and
Yeah.
one last thing on that,
Yeah.
on our next show, and basically, and this is, this is something that I'm working on, is that, we have these fabulous shows, and we've been doing 50/50s and whatnot, and I'm thinking that there should be some opportunity to raise some money at our next show. I don't know how we're going to do it quite yet. I'm going to have to ask the rest of the crew to see what we can do, but we're definitely, if you don't want to just donate online, if you come to our next show, which is on December 11th, you can come there and you can donate through our Venmos and all that fun stuff right there at our next show as well. So that's going to be cool. And we'll be coming up with a T-shirt as well, which then, if this charity is going to keep going, and I'm gonna create a T-shirt that you could purchase, and then I want to make majority of that go straight to the charity organization. No profits on that shirt at all.
Oh yeah.
So
Definitely.
you can know that, when you buy this shirt, you could buy the same shirt every single show, and you know that you'll be donating at least $5 or $10 to a family with that shirt. So that's the idea. Is that, we provide such a wonderful product in entertaining folks, and, part of our responsibility and part of saying thank you to our community is to support them and is to help them, because they help us. They allow us to be what we are. The ability to be pro wrestlers, which is so crazy to think about. And I want to say thanks to everyone that allows us to do what we do. Right. So
Yeah.
I mean, and so our way of giving back, because we don't make a lot of money, is hopefully that we can start getting supporters in our communities to support us, which then will help us support our community back again. So that's kind of the goal, man. That I'm hoping that this is going to be something that we're going to be able to say 2 or 3 years down the line, that I can't believe we only raised $130, $150 the first time around, and look at us now. We're supporting hundreds of families, and really making a difference in our community.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. I'm so glad to be a part of Rocky Mountain Pro, and seeing that we've got this great charity, and that's going to
And that's what
benefit
sets
people.
us apart from our competition as well, right? And our industry is shadowed by a lot of dark and dangerous and scary and very violent entertainment, and I'd like to separate us from a lot of those folks and show that the industry that we're in, what we're trying to provide, is not some of that. Right. Yes, we
Yeah.
do have our bloody moments in the ring. We do throw chairs once in a while, but overall, wrestling has gone so far in one direction sometimes, and sometimes people are just paying $5 or $10 to watch somebody get really hurt, and that's not what we try to do. And this charity is definitely, hopefully, putting us in a different light as some of the of our competition that's currently out there. I really think that this will definitely bring Rocky Mount Pro to a whole new level in 2022, and really make us that family-friendly brand that everyone hopefully will think that we are.
Right.
That we, because there is. I mean, we are independent wrestling, and if you sometimes the only way you can put butts in the seats is if you break somebody's head open, right? And that, I don't feel like that's entertainment. I feel like that's definitely not the entertainment we're into. And I want to ensure that everyone knows that that's not us. Again, does happen from time to time. We are in the sports world of this beautiful dance, and it's a fantastic athleticism that's going on, but no way are we going to be that the independent wrestling organization that is going to be there just to hurt others. I want to heal, not hurt.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah. So and I'm only saying that because I've been a fan my whole life, and before I was with Rocky Mountain Pro, I had and I would always say, where did you see and who did you see? What was that you saw? I would never bring my kids to that, and I said, wow. And it's true. Unfortunately, there is a lot of organizations out there that poor families would buy tickets to, and it is definitely not the right show for them. I want people to feel safe at our shows and feel like that they're supporting a great organization, and that's Headlocks with Heart, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. I could not agree more. I'm excited about this. Like I said, I keep, in previous podcasts and episodes I've done, I've always talked that, first of all, this is, of course, the wacky world of professional wrestling. It's supposed to be fun, and one of the fun things that we can do with this is, of course, give back. And one thing that I also emphasize is that the wrestling community is a family. Hear bits and parts of this, and because it's a family, it also becomes a community, and this is just a fantastic thing that I think Rocky Mountain Pro is doing to say, hey, we're part of the community, and it kind of goes along. We've got Rocky Mountain Pro now has its its own building. It's the first time in its history that it's its own, the Summit. And so what better?
Not a lot of organizations can say that. Not a lot of organizations can say that. I'm not to toot our own horn, but we are one of the greatest independent wrestling organizations in the United States, and for the reasons that we have some of the greatest teachers, and the owner Matt is fantastic. His heart's very huge, and we have some of the best students, and as well as we just have a real product, a real 100% downright great product from if you, like I said, if you want to come in and you want to learn about cameras and you want to learn about how being in the industry is, if you can't be a pro wrestler, we'll still take you in and you can still learn the ropes of the industry, and there's no other school in the country that has that opportunity but what we're doing. I just think it's so incredible what we're doing here. So definitely is in need of a charity full time.
yeah. So true.
So yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So to maybe put a nice little bow on this for the people. Let's just hit some of the highlights. So people want to donate, to follow, see what's going on, and everything like that throughout the from now throughout the months throughout next year and the future. What should they do?
They should just go to Headlocks with Heart on a GoFundMe, or you can just go to Rocky Mountain or RMPWrestling.com, and at the bottom of that page, you can click that. It will tell you what charity or what charitable thing that we're doing currently. Right now, we're doing the Spirit of Christmas, but after Christmas, we'll be changing that up to something else. And we will. You can just go there to donate today, and you can also follow, and subscribe all of our social channels to see what's going on in the world of Rocky Mountain Pro as well as Headlocks with Heart.
Awesome. Now, what about you? What if people wanted to follow out with you on the social medias? Do you have a?
I don't know if I'm on social media. No, being that I am in the world of social media, you can follow me. I am Mr. Fox, Mr. Kevin Fox. I think you can pretty much. I'm the only Mr. Fox out there on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. You can find me on all of those. And as well as you can find me on the pre-show. I just graduated to the pre-show of Charged, and I'm working my way up the ladder right now. So you can also find me on Charged on the pre-show on Twitch.
That's fantastic. Well, Mr. Fox, I want to thank you, of course, for coming on to RMP Radio, and just wanted to.
This is fantastic, and I want to make sure. I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
I went back, and I didn't even know, because I'm so new to the organization. I had to go back, and I had to listen to a few great episodes, and we got to just get you on the website. We just got to put a link right on the website for you, and that way your listeners and the listeners of Rocky Mountain Pro can just go right onto the website and click the button, start listening to the latest episodes today.
Yeah.
So I will make sure that before the new year, my job will be to get you up on there. How's that sound?
I'll definitely appreciate that. The more listeners, the more we can tell everybody about the fantastic things that Rocky
I
Mountain
hope
Pro's
this
got
was
going
okay. I appreciate you having me on. I've been a bit rusty to the podcast world, but I do appreciate you having me on, and I hope all the best to you in the new year, and hopefully I can come back on and talk about some other fantastic things we're doing in the world of Rocky Mountain Pro.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. That's something that we can definitely do.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Once again, a big, huge thank you to Mr. Kevin Fox for coming on to this edition of RMP Radio and letting all the listeners get to know a little bit about the Headlocks with Heart charity organization that Rocky Mountain Pro is involved with and supporting. Starting now and into the future. All right, well, before we get out of here, let's pay some bills like they used to say back in the day. You want to get some merchandise of your favorite Rocky Mountain Pro superstars. A few different ways to do that. Head over to rmpwrestling.com, click on that merchandise link, or if you're on amazon.com or the Amazon app, search for Rocky Mountain Pro, and you'll be presented with lots of choices you can make selections from. And then, of course, hit up the merch table at your Rocky Mountain Pro events, and you'll see things there as well. And, of course, you'll get those event exclusives that are only available there and not available on the website. Upcoming events, so we got one coming up here on the 11th, Saturday the 11th, at our new home in the Summit in Inglewood, Colorado. You want to get tickets to that, head over to rmpwrestling.com, click on that events link, and you can get your tickets and purchase them right there. In the meantime, between the shows, do watch us out there on the twitch.tv/Rocky Mountain Pro. Also, you can find our episodes when they get broken down into individual episodes at youtube.com/Rocky Mountain Pro. And of course, you can also still find us on the Fight TV platform, fight.tv, your Fight TV apps on your mobile devices, and of course on the Roku as well. Do follow us out there over on the interwebs. Do start at the rmpwrestling.com website, and then on the social medias of the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, all of the username of the Rocky MTN Pro. And as always, I will phonetically spell that for you. That is the Rocky Mike Tango November Pro. And as always, I want to thank you for listening to this edition of RMP Radio, where pro wrestling is elevated.
Thank you.